Hey everybody, what up? All right, so I think Cursor's on its way out already. This editor has been the talk of the town, right, for all of like 6 months, maybe a year. But the bottom line is that it seems like they're already making some changes that are rubbing the developer community the wrong way, and it's probably going to end badly. Honestly, I said this in a few videos back, but like nobody's got a moat, right, in AI, and when it comes to editors, there's no moat there either. So you just had OpenAI announce that they were going to buy Windsurf, which is another IDE that people use, but they weren't talking about nearly as much as Cursor. But then the deal falls through. OpenAI was going to buy it, by the way, for $3 billion, and the deal fell through. And then the CEI said, "Screw it, I'm going to Google." I don't understand what happened there at all, but it just goes to show you how incredibly unstable this IDE AI market is. And I said in those videos in the past, like it's going to take probably a Microsoft or a Google or now a $4.5 trillion Nvidia or some company that's got massive amounts of money and they're just going to simply outspend everybody else. And that will be their moat. So the financial aspect is going to be the moat. So the reason why I mentioned this with Cursor is everybody's pissed off about this pricing model that has changed. So the $20 a month, it seemed like it used to get you quite a bit. It now gets you a whole lot less. And then this $200 a month Ultra, you probably can't rely on that either. But who's got $200 a month to pay on an IDE? For the most part, I don't think most developers want to pay that kind of money, especially when you can get like the $20 a month and you get $20 on ChatGPT, you get $20 on Claude itself. So you probably just have to have a bunch of $20 a month accounts versus having a $200 one. The problem with that, though, is it doesn't integrate with your editor. So one of the great things about Cursor, right, was that it was able to scan your code base, and it did a really good job of just like looking at all your files until your project became big, and then it started doing some crazy stuff. And then next thing you know, you're getting charged 25 cents for telling Cursor to go F itself, basically, or Claude or Gemini or whatever you might be using. Because that's how this AI ends up going, right? You start building something, it's like spitting out tons of code. You're like, oh, I'm going to build the next great thing or whatever. And then you're like halfway through the project, it's not working. Next thing you know, it's writing inline styling or using a combination of like Tailwind and React and just, I've seen it do some crazy stuff on the UI. Oh, I can't get this test to pass. Let's just delete all the tests. No problem. That's a topic for another video as far as going into some of the crazy stuff that it does. But when you run out of the quota, right, nobody wants to pay 25 cents again to tell Claude to go F itself because it just wasted $25 of your money. So here's an example, like a little screenshot here of some of the pricing. So API costs $18.18. So this says cost to you and all this. So you quickly run out of the $20 a month that you have. And then again, once you run out, people are saying that they're running out now within like 5 days of their quota being renewed. So I'm not actually just making this stuff up here. So this is a TechCrunch article. It says Cursor is apologizing for unclear pricing changes that upset users. The CEO of AnySphere, the company behind the popular AI coding tool, Cursor, changed its $20 per month pro plan. The changes resulted in some users complaining that they unexpectedly faced additional costs. And he says, we recognize we didn't handle this pricing rollout well and we're sorry, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so again, the pricing model is completely unclear. People are now running out of their $20 quota within days of it being renewed. They don't want to spend $200 a month. However, they're finding that they're spending $200 in a week interacting with cursors, and whether you're using Claude or Gemini or whatever, when you run out of that $20 a month, it actually says that you pay as you go. And when you pay as you go, you're paying some sort of ridiculous API fees that I guess Cursor is paying to ChatGPT and to other companies. So here's another person on Reddit saying, I've been using Cursor since mid last year, and the pricing switch feels shady and concerning. They scrapped phasing out the old $20. I don't know what the hell this person can't write. Anyway, they phased out the old $20 for 500 request plan and replaced it with a vague rate limit system that delivers less output, poorer quality, and zero clarity on what you are actually allowed to do. I would agree with that. So I've also seen the cursor quota run out, and then, you know, you could be posting a question, or, you know, it's responding with an answer. And like sometimes you see, okay, the charge is like 5 cents or something. And you're like, oh, I could live with that, right? And then other times it gives you a bunch of incorrect information, and you realize, oh, that just cost me 25 cents. And then next thing you know, you're in a 5-minute conversation with this idiot AI that is not figuring out the problem and making everything worse. And you're like, I just got charged $5 for that. So it's basically, I think, highlighting the problem that these companies have, right? So Cursor priced itself way too low, and they brought in, you know, a bunch of users and became one of the fastest growing companies of all time. But clearly the price point was something that was going to lose them billions of dollars every year, just like all the other startups, in hopes that they could turn it around and make more money. But clearly they're bleeding money so quickly that they have to change their pricing model while they're in the middle of this hyper growth. So that's just not a good sign, in my opinion. It's also not a good sign that you have all these editors coming out, like the information with Windsurf, the new editor Kiro, I think it's Kiro, that just came out from AWS. All of these competitors are entering the market, and it's going to continue to happen. So if Claude Code and Claude wants to come up with their own editor, why would they want to give Cursor a bunch of free resources? I think they were cool with it at first because clearly they're in a hyper growth mode as well. But at the end of the day, the problem with this is that clearly there's way too much cost in running these generative AI models on code. It's also extremely frustrating to the end user when you're getting charged for these things based on tokens. And it's almost like this token system. Now, I understand it makes sense for people that are writing and interfacing with these services and how tokenization and all that works. But for the actual end user that doesn't care about tokenization, it's very, very confusing about what they're actually getting charged. It's like, oh, this was 64,000 tokens, and it was because you uploaded an image, or it went ahead and scanned a bunch of your code that you didn't want it to do. You don't have any control over any of that stuff. And that is probably the biggest problem. And then other than that, it's the unclarity or lack of clarity when it comes to the tokens, right? It's like, why did this cost me so many tokens? And what the hell is a token anyway? And why is, like, you know, so it's like those, points models for credit cards, or like, oh, you booked a hotel, you get 10,000, 10,000 points, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, 10,000 seems like a lot. And then you realize you need like 2 million to actually book a free night at a $300 a night hotel. That's kind of what this is. It reminds me of anyway. And, we'll see where this goes. But in my opinion, this spells bad news for everybody that is hyper reliant upon these tools. I think we're all sort of becoming too lazy and too reliant upon this, and we're going to end up paying out the ass for it. All right, everybody, check out my video game. I am releasing it towards the end of this year. It's pretty much done. Just a few little things here and there, and I'm just making improvements and such, but I like it. It's fun. Check it out.